Hello everyone and welcome back. It's Thursday, which means we will be going over the solution to our maths problem of the week. Now, I didn't make it easy. It was very tricky maths that we were doing. But let's take a look at the solution. Here's one way to get there, but I'm sure there are lots. What I did was take the information I already knew and start to put it into a table. So, I'm going to take the day that we got that first apple is day 0, because no days have actually passed. So on day 0, we have one apple, but we've not planted it yet, so there are 0 trees. In 3 days' time, that one apple has become a tree, and we get 3 apples from that. We then know, in 6 days' time, from our problem, that we'll have 4 trees and 12 apples. Now our mild problem only asks us to do one more jump to day 9. So let's look at that. I find it easier to figure out how many trees there are and then how many apples there are. Because once you know how many trees there are, all you need to do is multiply that number by 3 and that's how many apples you have. So how do we figure out how many trees there are? Well, here's what we have to do. We need to take the number of trees we already have and then add on how many apples we have. Because we plant those apples and they will make a tree in 3 days' time. But we already have these trees here. So we take 4 and add on 12, which is 16. Then, as I said previously, to find out how many apples there are, we need to take that number and multiply that by 3, which gives you an answer of 48. And that's the answer to the mild problem, but this video will answer all 3 problems, because you'll need to know that answer in order to figure out the next one. So, let's keep going. To get to day 15, we need to do 2 more steps. We need to do 3 days' time and then another 3 days' time. So we're at day 12. As I said before, easier to find out the number of trees, then multiply that by 3. So the number of trees at day 12 is 64, because I've taken 16 and added on 48. We then need to multiply 64 by 3, which is slightly harder maths, but gives us 192. That's day 12. We need to get to 15 days, which is our next row, because that's another 3 days' time. Again, to get the number of trees, we need to take this number and add it to that number, which gives you a number of 256. And to get the number of apples, again, we need to multiply 256 by 3, which is 768. Yes, 768. So for our region problem, at day 15, we have 768 apples and 256 trees. Now, for our hot problem, as you can tell, the numbers are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But we need to know the solution to our mild and medium problems in order to get to the hot one. So let's keep going. So now we're at day 18, another 3 days have passed. The number of trees will be 256 plus 768, which gives you an answer of 1024. And then, very big maths, very big brain maths, we need to take that number and multiply that by 3 to get the number of apples. That is 3072. Yes, 3072. Lots of apples and lots of apple trees. Let's keep going. So we're 18 days, add on 3 more days, so we're 21. To get the number of trees, we need to add these 2 numbers together. That gives us 4,096. We then need to keep doing big brain maths and take that number and multiply that by 3, which is a very big number of 12,288. Yes, 12,288. I was quickly doing some mental maths. And I think I will do a video in the future that lets you know how I do mental maths of big numbers like that. But let's keep going with this to get to our hot solution. So one more term, 24 days. To get the number of trees, we add these two numbers together, which gives us a massive number of 16,384. Yes, 16,384. We then, last time, take that number and multiply it by 3 to get the number of apples, which gives you a gigantic number of 49,152. Yes, 49,152. So again, to go over the solution to all three of the problems, for our mild problem, at day 9, or after 9 days, we'll have 48 apples and 16 trees. For our medium problem, we will have 768 apples and 256 trees. And for our hot problem, we will have 49,152 apples and 16,384 trees. Very difficult maths, I know, but it's always good to challenge yourself. Let me know how you did in the comments below. And as always, take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!